With the Scream 7 trailer hinting at who the killers might be, have they already shown too much?
Where is my daughter?
Welcome to another Ice Cream Sunday where I talk about my favourite franchise, Scream. My name is Em, aka Horror, and in today's video I will be highlighting some characters in the trailer who are showing possible signs of being a killer. We've had a few days now to watch the trailer with eagle eyes and break down every single aspect of what we have been shown. So naturally people, including myself, have been looking into who the killers could possibly be just from the trailer alone. With that, there are definitely clues which point out suspicions leaning towards certain characters. Whilst yes, they have not confirmed who the killers are, there are subtle signs and one of them is quite obvious and they haven't even tried to hide it. So the first and obvious one is the character played by McKenna Grace. She seems to be a friend of Tatum as we see Tatum greet her in one of the clips through the trailer. In an almost Halloween 1978 situation, Tatum has two female friends she is walking down the street with. At a first glance, McKenna's character looks sweet and innocent, but when you look a little closer, there is more than meets the eye. I do have to shout out my partner Alice for this one, as she was the one who pointed this out to me. How I missed it, I have no idea, as this is something I always look for, but maybe it has to do with how they have done this. In previous movies, we have seen some of the killers wearing a blue flannel shirt. We have seen this being worn by male and female characters, and it has become something very well known throughout the Scream fanbase that is an indication that the person wearing this is one of the killers. Whilst not every killer has worn this, there have been many reveals that have shown a character who has previously worn this type of shirt in an earlier scene. Looking at McKenna Grace's character, we don't see her wearing a blue flannel shirt, but we do see her wearing a blue checked skirt. Is this confirmation she is a killer? No, but it definitely points the finger in her direction. However, it is worth noting that other characters in the series have also worn a blue checked or similar style shirt, which have ended up being red herrings. So this could be just that, especially as it is a different piece of clothing she is wearing than what we have seen before. It is something that is worth noting though, as it could be a sign that she is not to be trusted. Keeping to the friend group, another character we see throughout the trailer who does seem to be suspicious is Tatum Evans herself. Now I know the killer is after her in these scenes and she is mostly seen in interactions with her mom where they are trying to either get away from or kill Ghostface. So why do I think the suspicion does fall on her? The very simple answer to this is her kidnapping. We hear dialogue in the trailer that suggests Tatum has been kidnapped as Sidney asks where her daughter is. I presume the kidnapping takes place after Tatum has been cornered in what appears to be Sidney's coffee shop just after she has shot Ghostface and is about to shoot him in the head. So why does this not sit right with me? To start, she is hesitant to shoot him in the head and does delay this. Now yes, this could be because she is a teenager who doesn't know how to use a gun properly and who also doesn't want to kill someone. However, I could let that go if it weren't for the fact that no character has ever been kidnapped in the Scream series before other than Neve Prescott. Neve, however, was used as a red herring to pin the murders of the 1996 spree on him, whilst Tatum is being used to lure Sidney and get her into a place where she will be secluded and possibly alone. Yes, we did see Gale and Dewey being tied up in Scream 3 for the very same reason, but Gale and Dewey put themselves in the party by chance. This was never the killer's intention to set out to do, as they were not expecting Gale and Dewey to be at the party. Sure, the new killer in Scream 7 could kidnap Tatum as they want to get Sidney's attention and to a place where they are able to attack without restriction. However, they don't need to kidnap Tatum to do this. They could do this in numerous ways like previous killers before them. We have seen killers stage scenarios before, so this could also be exactly that, a fake event. Yes, having Tatum as a killer could be a huge risk and something that would be truly shocking. However, it is also something that could perfectly fit in with the rules of the franchise. We've seen many rules crop up throughout the Scream universe, and there are a couple where Tatum being a killer could fall, with the main one being the killer being linked to the past. We've seen numerous family members of both Sidney and previous Ghostface killers being the new killer. So Tatum revealing herself as a possible link to the new spree would fall in perfectly with the sins and trauma of the original story infecting the next generation. It would also fit the narrative that anyone can be a killer and would also fit in with the requel rules, with the legacy not just passing the torch but also passing the curse. Imagine being the daughter of Sidney Prescott and the stigma that comes with it. It could lead to something deadly. Another character the finger could be pointed at in this trailer is the unnamed male in the Mocker house. A few things do stand out about him, with the first being his excitement over the murders that took place there. Sure, there are people who genuinely love to listen to true crime podcasts and watch documentaries on these things, myself being one of them, but he shows a little too much enthusiasm lying where dead bodies may have been, and his excitement in general is off-putting. The main thing that could point to him though is the scene just after him and his girlfriend have looked at the animatronic of Ghostface. We see the female still looking at this, and she does appear to be in the room alone, just as Ghostface creeps up behind her. We do not see him after this, no attack scenes of him, no scenes of him running away or screaming. It's just Ghostface and the female character, so it is possible that this is an indication of him leaving the room and donning the Ghostface costume. It may be a far reach and I might be looking a little bit too much into that, but nothing should go unnoticed. I am sure if we really looked into every character, we could point something out about them that could be a killer sign. But these are the main three characters that stand out to attention for me. There are also characters who have not been seen in the trailer, so there is still so much more we are left to see. We do hear Stu's voice at the end saying this is gonna be fun, which has led many fans to be excited. This doesn't necessarily mean, however, that Stu is alive and going to be Ghostface. But there is something to this which may have substance, which I will be discussing in my next video. So as always, what do you guys think? Are there any other characters in the trailer who stood out to you as a killer? Let me know down in the comments section. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and switch on that notifications button, as I will be uploading more content like this. Thank you so much for watching. You can check out my other content here. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.